Hello again everybody, welcome back to World is Magic. My name is Will. I hope you're all having a magical day, and today we have a special video for two reasons. One, I'm doing my first reveal trick on this channel, and secondly, we'll be announcing the 600 subscriber giveaway. So make sure you stick till the end of the video to see that. But beforehand, I want to give a huge thank you to you guys just for following me, subscribing me. We had the most engagement of all time on this channel the past 2 weeks. And I haven't really responded to anything because I just want to see how much further it could grow on itself without me doing anything. But you guys have put a lot of effort into it, so I thank you guys so much for that. But without further ado, I'm going to be revealing Shin's Allen performance today. That he uses a couple of poker slides, and the whole thing is pretty much a poker routine. But he's got a few people in front of him, so if you do want to do this trick, I prefer that you got 2 or 3 friends, preferably 3, so that it makes 4 of you in a group, but we'll get to that in a second. If you like this video, please leave a like on it, comment on what you guys want to see next, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But without further ado, let's get into this trick. So for this trick, guys, Shin uses a regular deck of cards. Now this could be any deck of cards. What he does is that he shuffles the deck, and the spectator can shuffle them as well if they want to. It doesn't matter. It will be a completely shuffled deck. Now, the way he's doing it is that he'll give the spectator a bunch of their cards. Since I'm alone here, I won't be able to do it. I'll do it myself, but I'll show you from the spectator's point of view. So he starts off by riffling down the cards. Let's say stop anywhere. Let's say to stop right there. And I'm going to try to show it to you guys without me seeing it. And if you caught it, I would give the deck to the spectators, and I would have them shuffle the cards however they like and however much they like. So let's say they just do a riffle shuffle and maybe a couple cuts as well. Now, I'm going to do this with only 2 piles. I think he uses 4 in his performance because he's got 4 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 piles. Let's just take a bunch of cards right there. About, I don't know how many cards that is, but we'll try to use approximately half the deck. So that should probably be good enough. Yeah, that looks like about half. And it will take these cards away. And now I'm going to do this for 2 points of use. So this is a spectator's deck. This is my deck. Would you like to switch the decks before we start, or are you good with that piling? You could pick any one of these actually if you want to. So let's say you pick the one over here. All right, we'll switch the decks. Now what I want you to do is I want you to keep the cards in the dealer's grip. Now the dealer's grip is that you got the cards to the side of the hand, 3 fingers to the side, and a finger in front. Now I want you to practice that, so I want you to place down a card, just get a feel for it, you know, place another card down. All right, so let's say the spectator do the same thing, so place a card down, get a feel for it, place a card down. All right, so now I want you to shuffle the cards as much as you want, and then place as many cards as you want down on the table. So the spectator does exactly that. They shuffle the cards and place as many cards as they like down on the table. Now in poker, they'll explain that you can get rid of a couple of cards as well. So let's say I get rid of, I don't know, 3, 2, 5. I get rid of 6 cards. Now you can get rid of as many cards as you like. So let's say you get rid of 4 cards instead. And now you can place one down, and you place another one down, and you place the last one down. And I'll do the same just to kind of mimic you guys now. So let's count the amount of cards we have now, because the whole point of this is that we want to make sure that we don't have the same amount of cards. If it happens, it happens. That's poker, but it'll be more fun if we don't. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, you have the same amount of cards then. That was not meant to be on purpose, but that's the things that can happen in poker. Now, we started the trick with you picking out a card from the deck that was completely random. You picked it out, you got to shuffle the cards afterwards. We then made 2 piles. You got to pick which pile you wanted, and then you shuffled the cards. You even got rid of a couple of cards. Wouldn't it be amazing if your card from the start somehow ended up on the top of your deck? Now what was your card? The 2 of hearts? Well, hopefully on the top of your deck is the 2 of hearts. Not only that, but I did the same thing. I took a pile of cards, I shuffled them, I got rid of a couple of cards. hopefully I should have been able to find your soulmate, the 2 of diamonds. Now that's the trick, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Now let's get into the tutorial of this trick. Alright, so this trick, guys, does work best if you are 4 people in a group as a total, including you as the magician. And I'll explain to that why, but you want to make 4 piles, and if you can reveal all 4 cards at the same time, you'll have a much greater effect than if you're only doing it with 2 people or 3 people. So the way this works, or the way he does it, is that he takes a shuffle deck of cards, and he's going to have them riffle down on the side, say stop whenever they like. So let's say say stop right there. He's going to see this card, but not from the front like you would imagine. He's going to see this card from the back end. So he does this by saying stop wherever they like. He shows them the card, pretty obviously. He gets a pinky break right underneath that gap. And when he places these cards kind of back, he pushes that pile with that little pinky break out from the rest. Now it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but he gets a peek, gets a pinky break, and pushes that out. Now what that does is that it creates an opening at the opposite corner in which he's going to peek that card when he's giving out the deck to shuffle. So he says stop. Let's take another one, for example. Say stop right there. He shows them all the card. He gets a peek underneath his thumb almost on that bottom corner. Now this move from having there to giving the cards out, that's why he's giving the cards out straight away to make them shuffle. So he gets a peek underneath, and in the same movement he gives the deck out. He squares the deck with his whole hand and says, all right, I want you to shuffle those cards. So let's do that one more time. He has a shuffle deck of cards. He had them riffle down the side, say stop wherever they like. He creates that opening, gets a pinky break, shows everybody the card, gets it back, gets a peek on that corner, squares the cards up, and gives the deck to the spectator to shuffle. Now from here, the trick is pretty much already done, because now he's using the one ahead principle for pretty much the whole trick. So that covers the 6 of clubs. Now the spectator gets the cards and shuffles them as much as they like. And now he explains that we're going to do a poker trick. So he goes through the cards and he wants to locate all the 6s in this case. Now there's a few ways he's going to do this. He'll probably start by trying to make 4 equal piles. So I'll do 4 now just because it makes a greater presentation, but in my tutorial, in my performance I did 2. It works with 2 the same way as it does with 4 and with 3. So there's no difference in the setup, you just do it the way you want to do it. So he goes through the deck and are looking for those 6s. Now he grabs about a quarter of the deck once you find that first 6. And he also remembers the exact card that they picked. In this case, the 6 of clubs. He puts it in one of the piles and remembers that pile. He then goes through a second time, sees that second 6, and then goes, all right, we'll take another pile about a quarter of the deck. That's 2 piles. If you got a 6 or a card that's pretty close to the start, you can try to look for that second one and make that third pile from that card, and then just kind of mix these around, get that 6 to the top. The whole point of this is that you want to make 4 piles where you got the 6 on top of every pile. Now if you do this quick enough, the spectators are not going to notice it at all. You're just making 4 piles, putting them on the table, try to make them equally big. Now from here, you want to ask the spectator that's in charge, so the one who picked the card and said stop from the start. You want to ask that spectator to pick any pile. If they pick their own pile, you want to say, all right, grab that pile and keep it whole, like tight in your hand, like in a dealer's grip. If they pick any other pile, you'll ask them to give that pile to somebody else. So let's say they pick this one. All right, I'll have you give this to anyone you want. The point, what you want to do is they want to get the card which they stopped on to be in their hand. So let's say they pick this pile. All right, we'll give this to spectator number 1. This pile, we'll give this to spectator number 2. This pile, all right, keep that pile in your hand and I'll grab the last pile just for the sake of it. Now, this can be done in so many different ways. They might pick this pile first, then this pile. All right, you keep on to that. Which pile do you want? You can go to the second spectator and ask which pile they want and go forth however you want to do it. You just want to get the pile with their card to be in their hands. Now, you want to tell them that they're all going to do the same thing. So preferably you're sitting in a circle or in a group environment. You want to have them place them in a dealer's grip. Now, the first part is really important because you want to make sure that they all deal down the first card, which is going to be all the sixes, right? Now, I'm going to try to make space for all this now, but it might be a bit hard. Something like that. So these 4 cards are all the sixes now. Now, you want to make this presentation as natural as possible. So once you say, all right, let's deal 1 card down, and let's deal another one just so that you get a feel for it. Now, from here, you can say, all right, you can shuffle the cards however you want. Just give them a good mix. And then you can put a couple of cards down as well, a couple more cards. Now, it doesn't matter how many cards they put down. They can all put down different amounts. Now you tell them, all right, you know in poker, you throw away a couple of cards. They're called burner cards. Let's do that. Let's throw away any amount of cards you want. So let's say spectator 1 throws away a couple more, and almost the whole thing like that. All right, and then you can place 1 down, you can throw a couple away, you can place 1 down, place 2 down, throw a couple away. It's all up to you. So let's say they place 1, throw both of these, and then maybe place a couple and throw these cards. This part really doesn't matter. Now from here, you want to have all the spectators re-grab their packet. So they all re-grab it, and you want to say, all right, hopefully by now we should all have a different amount of cards in our deck. So let's count them out. Now you want to show them how to count them out specifically in a way that reverses the order of the deck, because at the bottom of each deck is going to be their sixes. So you tell them, you deal like this in poker. You deal 1 card, so that's 1, 2 on top of the first one. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 cards. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, that's the only part that can mess this trick up pretty much if they don't deal in the reverse order style. Other than that, you should be pretty much set and ready to go at all times. So don't worry about the speaking part about it. As long as they deal it correctly, you'll be all fine. So we got 8 cards, 5 cards, 5 cards, and 7 cards. Wouldn't it be amazing if somehow you, as the spectator that stopped the first card, somehow found your card? Now you're going to point to the spectator who's got their 6 of clubs at the top of the deck and say, why don't you go ahead and turn that card over? And they're going to turn that card over, and it's going to be amazing. And now I like to follow through with saying, all right, but here's the thing. We all shuffle differently. We all threw away a different amount of cards. Wouldn't it be amazing if we didn't find only 1 6, but also the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th 6 all this together? Now this is where the effect gets a lot more creative and impulsive if you have 4 people instead of 2, because then all of them will know that they did different things, and it's not only you and another spectator, it's you and another spectator plus 2 other spectators, which takes the trick to a whole new level instead of just having a face-to-face performance pretty much, if you understand me. So that's why I like to perform this if you got a group of people that are pretty much 4 people, and you can have spectators around, it doesn't matter, but you want to have 4 people in the performance because that makes the better trick. Hopefully that was understandable, guys. If it wasn't, please write a comment down below and just ask me any questions. If you want to watch the real thing, it's on YouTube. Just search for Shin Lim Allen Performance Poker video, I believe it is. You'll recognize the trick. You'll know what I'm talking about. He does a great performance and he's a great magician. I've seen other tutorials on this trick. That's why I felt comfortable doing this. So I'm not revealing anything or kind of, exposing him for something that isn't already out there. So please forgive me for doing this, but I really do enjoy his magic and I'm a huge fan of him as well. So I'm not trying to put him down or anything. He's just such a great magician, but these kind of tricks that doesn't require too many gimmicks or things, I feel could be revealed at a possible stage like this. So if you did like this trick, please leave a like on it, comment on what you guys want to see next, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Now for the funny part of this video is the giveaway from last week's, not last week's, but the 600 subscriber. And the winner is Mickey D2121. Now, I couldn't find your email address, so please make sure that you contact me somehow and I get your email address, because that's how I'm going to give you your prize. But congratulations to you, Mickey D2121, and thanks to everybody else who participated. There will be other giveaways coming up, so please just make sure that you watch the videos, push the content out there to all your friends and family so we can grow this magic community together. But that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll have a magical Monday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.